Hello, 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 and welcome back to a brand new episode of Royalty with Tiffany and Hannah
Big,
and
oh yes, and Hannah, and AKA Big D, AKA Derek F, up in the building with the royalty show that we got going on. Tiffany, all right, with your hair all done, looking all good and caramel and chocolatey.
tell me,
You
Daddy.
know, yeah, I can smell it from over here.
Not smelly, doesn't smell like fried.
It smells good, as your name will say.
I got some good shampoos and conditioners.
Oh, come on, with good shampoo and conditioners. Okay,
I want
Tiffany,
to.
first of all, how you doing?
I'm doing good, but first of all, I want to shout out to the Royal Court. Hey
Yeah.
y'all.
Hey, Royal Court.
Hey, Royal
Hey,
Court.
everybody.
Looking all royal out there and looking all good and stuff.
Like a
Fix
crown.
your, fix your crowns.
Okay. Now, as you should, Tiffany, welcome to. Did you introduce us? You did, right?
Yeah.
Lord Jesus, I'm off. Okay, so Tiffany, first of all, how are you doing this evening? Today is February whatever, but
The day after Valentine's Day.
it is the day after Valentine's Day. How was your Valentine?
It was good. I had 2 dates.
Oh, 2 dates, I hear.
One in the
That's
morning
good.
and one at night.
That's good. I need to be on that level, girl.
I mean, when you're dating, you're getting to know people. Dating to me doesn't equal sleeping with. So I'm dating, and I can date as many people as I want. I'm still single, so that's why. But anyway, yeah, I had 2 nice dates.
I love that for you. Okay, good, good. I had a really good date with myself. And I just treated myself. That's all I can really say. I am not dating. I am definitely how would Ozzy say it? Having the sex, as she would say.
Oh, you're having the sex?
Having the sex.
Oh, see, that's so funny. You're dating. Yeah, I mean, you're having the sex,
The sex,
and not
yes.
dating. And I'm
Yes.
dating and not
Yes.
having the sex.
Yes,
So
yes,
we'll have to
yes.
come back later and compare
Yeah.
notes and see which one gets us further ahead.
Yes, we will, and I think you're going to win in this category because the gay men, they are very difficult. I will tell you that, girl.
Oh, and so are the
I'm
straight men.
exhausted. Maybe just all men are
Just
like
men in
that.
general.
Just men in general.
Men, period.
Oh,
Men,
speaking
period.
of men. Men, period. Speaking of men, we have a new episode of Traitors to recap, Tiffany. And tonight's episode, if I am correct, is episode 8, and it was called Knives at Dawn. Okay? Tiffany, start us out. Where are we at? What's going on? Let's go.
All right. So we start back off with people who are left to be murdered because they left us with a cliffhanger last episode, and I'm just over that. The people who are eligible for murder are Bergie, Kate, MJ, Trishelle. They Parvati is in there too, but she's not eligible to be murdered. And so we start off at breakfast. Sheree, CT comes in first, and Sheree is excited because she's finally first, and she's never been first. And we go from there. CT burned Sheree with that coffee.
He did burn Sheree with that coffee. And also shout out to Sheree's outfit. She looked really good. I wonder if that was, a She by Sheree fall, summer, spring, winter, new year, as she would say, joggers. Okay, but she
it's
looked really
coming
good.
out
But he
in-
burned it with
in-
that coffee.
In winter, spring.
Winter, spring, summer,
Winter,
fall.
spring. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Both. All of
Okay.
them. All 4.
All of them. All 4 seasons. But yes, he definitely burned her with that coffee. I felt so
she
bad.
handled it
'cause
well.
Obviously, she did. And I like that. I love that she wasn't a diva
I did
because I
too.
could have seen, if it was Larsa, I could have seen Larsa having a full fit moment.
Mm-hmm. If it was me.
That too. Y'all don't know how to say good morning?
I'm not Hennessy. Okay. So, so then Phaedra and Sandra come in, and Sandra has a confessional where she's like, if I feel like Parvati's a traitor, then I'll get the faithfuls to banish her. That's, if I ever feel like she's a traitor, I was like, ever feel? I know I'm at home watching and I know she's a traitor, but it seemed like y'all ever felt that she was a traitor.
I will say this about Sandra. It's very weird to me because when you know somebody, like, you should know if they're lying or not. Like, she's been saying this the whole season. When I know that Poverty is a traitor, I'm going to get all the faithful together to banish them. But, baby, like, we'll get to that later on in the episode.
You think like, so she should, because she knows her, she should kind of know that she's a traitor.
Yeah, she should know. But not know that she's a traitor. But you know how somebody's demeanor is. Like, there's certain things that I know about you that you know about me. If I was lying or telling the truth or whatever, or picking up my energy because you played the game with me. Yeah. So I'm just confused because she's played the game with this woman twice. So that's why I'm like,
I don't know, because I think about that, and I've been in situations where I've played a couple of games with people a couple of times, and you do think you know people, but it gets confusing. Like, I just give you a quick example. I'm not going to steer too far into it, but like X on season 1 of the challenge, I didn't think that he was betraying me. But then go to season 2 of the challenge with Alyssa. I thought she was going to betray me, and I kind of had my eye on her, but she wasn't. It's so crazy. You just don't. I don't know. I think
of course.
It's hard to tell. I think we want to be hard. Like, I would know if you were lying to me, but it's like, if I play a game with Kylan, I just always think he's going to kick me out, and he can be like so telling me the truth, but it's the PTSD.
Yeah, it is the PTSD. But I mean, just think about it. Probably just walking around like all the time, girl. I would be that person going, babe, do you need glasses? Like, I would be questioning, is there something wrong with your eyes? And then I would wait for her response. It kills me. It takes me out. Okay, so I'm sorry. So as we continue, I want to sit there and say this. The one thing, Phaedra sits down, okay? And when she's having a conversation, they're all talking about how they know it's Poverty. CT, Sheree, Sandra, they're all having this conversation with Phaedra. But then Phaedra also talks about how, I think she's talking about Peter, right? She's talking about Peter, if I'm correct. And she says, if you're going to be Sherlock Holmes, please be the nice one, not the Sherlock the dick. I was like, Jesus, but I think she was talking about Peter, right? Was she talking about Peter?
Yeah.
She was talking about Peter, yes. And they all kind of have their mind up. So the next people that come in, Ted, please.
John, Peter, Kevin, Kate comes in, MJ. Now, everybody is expecting Poverty to come through the door. There's not one person who's not expecting Poverty. And so Poverty comes through the door.
Yes, and no one, the crazy part is, everybody else gets these reactions. They don't give her shit. They just like,
no, they were just like, "How you doing, traitor? Good morning.
Hey,
yeah, we expected you." And then comes, and so then we're thinking, they're like, "So who is it? Is it Trishelle? Is it Bergie?"
Yeah,
and Trishelle comes through the door. So
yeah, which I mean, it was crazy to see Burgerlicious get killed, as Phaedra would say, Burgerlicious. But I don't know. I guess it was smart to get rid of one of them. But me, I'm always going to try to target Trishelle. I don't care. Anytime I see any player like a Trishelle, I'm targeting them. So I'm surprised they didn't get her out. Okay. Trishelle then does what she does best. And I think she cuts to a green screen moment, and she talks about how she thinks Phaedra is a traitor.
Yeah, it was right after everyone's like registering and processing that Bergie is murdered, and Phaedra's like, "Oh, that looks so good. Let me try one of these."
Listen, Phaedra is always, let me tell you one thing. She is constantly, like you said before, she gonna get her meal. She don't play when it comes to breakfast.
I don't necessarily know if that is a nervous thing. Like, I don't have anything else to add to this conversation. Like, oh, these look good. You know, it almost seems like it's a nervous defense mechanism. Not that she is just so totally disinterested in what's going on and so interested in the food, it gives unbothered.
I agree with that. Now that you say that, I mean, I think it's also a tactic, to be honest. I think
Yeah.
that she's kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna I don't have, like you said, I don't have nothing to say. So, ooh,
Yeah.
the food and
Yeah, the
this and
food.
that and stuff. But the thing about it is that when you get smaller and smaller numbers, it starts getting noticeable. So that's why I think, like, you know, Trishelle's looking at her, Sandra's looking at her, like people are looking at her, and you know, as this conversation that Bergie, you know, also just went home. Now, Alan comes in this. I have to say, this poncho that he had on, loved it. Alan is really serving looks this season, and I'm here for it. Alan, instead of putting an X on the photo of Burgerlicious, he actually takes it and like throws it and slams it. And then he goes into letting everyone know that they're going to take a trip to to his holiday home, and they're going to meet someone special there. Okay. We cut to the next thing, Tip. What happens next?
So Parvati pulls Peter to the side and wants to have a conversation with him about.
But before he gets to that, Trishelle does tell Peter and Kevin that she thinks that Phaedra is a traitor. And then Peter and Parvati have a conversation. Please continue. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, thank you for correcting me, because I didn't have that. She does. I actually do have it, but I didn't see it. Trishelle does feel like Phaedra's a traitor. She's been keeping notes. She went and checked her notes last night, based on all of these compilations of files that she has. She has evidence that Phaedra should be a traitor, and she does give that information to Peter. Then Peter decides to pull Parvati to the side to relax her defenses and have a conversation with her about, hey, maybe I've been wrong. Maybe you're not a traitor after all. Maybe I've been going after the wrong person. Kind of got a little tunnel vision, a little overzealous. I think I need to start looking in some other directions. What about Phaedra?
And Parvati's kind of like, I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever will take the heat off of me, so I'll do whatever you want. Now, I also got to say this. Peter, I can see why he got picked for The Bachelor, because if he was in my face like that, I would have been like trying to lean in and kiss him. Like,
There was literally a moment.
I thought they were going to kiss.
I was like,
Are they going to kiss?
are they? I was here for it. I was waiting.
And I know, and I think Parvati, I think she has a husband, but I know her husband was looking at this episode. It's okay, but I bet you her husband's probably looking at this episode like, that's a little too damn close. Like, why y'all staring at each other like that?
Unless he with it. I'm sorry. It just came out.
But it was very interesting to see them kind of like, I can understand why, you know, women are throwing themselves at him, and he was a bachelor and the rose and everything, because I was ready to be like,
I will say there are times when Peter gives charming.
he does. And guess what? His charm didn't work on her. And I like that. She stood really, really strong.
She's a nice queen. I told
Yes,
you.
she did really good, because I would have felt for that.
Well, he's been. Here's the thing that I think just anybody with common sense knows. If I am driving 80 miles per hour in this direction, it is virtually impossible for me to be driving 80 miles in that direction so damn fast. I need to slow down. I'm going to have to turn around.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start my speed back up. And then I'm going to be able to hit it that way. Yeah. Peter was coming so fast in Parvati's direction. For him to turn all the way around to... That was wrong. There was no gradual build up to that, and there was really nothing that happened on her end for her to believe this is why you believe this is not true about me. So she's right in questioning his genuineness.
Of course.
Of course. Believing she's not. So anyhow, in the car ride over to the cabin, and this is a car full of people, and Trishelle is just like, yeah, Parvati, I don't think you're a traitor. And she's kind of saying the same thing that Peter was saying to her. And Peter nor myself think that you're a traitor anymore. Forget everything we said all these days. We changed our mind because I went and looked at my notes, and according to my Palm Pilot, you don't have enough evidence against you.
Girl, where's this notebook? Like, she got the handy dandy notebook like she blew clues. Like, I'm confused what the hell she doing, and I need to see this notebook. And if she can, if anyone could ask Trishelle to post this notebook on Twitter so we can see what she wrote in it, because it just don't make no sense to me. But yeah, she's throwing this out there. Now, she says this to... she's throwing out Phaedra to Sandra, John, and Parvati. You know, she's saying this in the car, okay? Now, they show up, okay, Tiff? They show up to this cabinet, okay, this holiday cabinet that belongs to Alan. Now, we have seen this cabinet before. We know what this cabinet is. In case you guys don't know, get ready, okay? And they say a special guest is going to be there. Now, here I come with my big D realness, okay? Dr. Will is sitting there. Okay. I don't understand why Dr. Will is randomly there, and they make an announcement, and none of these people know who he is besides Sandra, and he is there to do what? Like, this made no sense to me. Like, wouldn't it make more sense to maybe bring him into the game late, like how they did Kate, or, are we setting it up for him to be on next season? First of all, it don't make no damn sense. Why is Dr. Will there? Like, if he's known for hosting horrible comps, Dr. Will is known for hosting debates on Big Brother, which is very, very, unfortunately, I'm going to say this, he needs to be replaced on that part. But that's a whole other conversation. But I'm giving you the real, and some people might not like it. It made no sense out of all the people we could have brought.
Those people understand because they didn't understand they didn't know who he was neither.
Everyone's face looked confused.
Only He's if like, you watched Big Brother did you know who Dr. Will was. Did not know. I'm sorry.
It made no sense. It made no sense.
They could have got me. If we just pulling anybody.
I know that is true. We really are just pulling anybody. Let me tell you something. What would have been clever? Julie Chen. Actually, no. Not even Julie Chen. No. First of all, nobody. It should have just been one of the henchmen or something like that at the damn competition.
I'm telling you who they could have brought. Usually when someone is the host is supposed to be someone who the players will be surprised by. The host is supposed to maybe trump the players. Like, oh my God, they should have brought in Omarosa.
I agree.
They could have brought in Tiffany Pollard.
Yes. Guess who they should have brought in?
The villain of all villains. Not Dr. Will, who only been on Big Brother and he ain't been on Big Brother in over 10 years. Nobody cares, Dr. Will. All that said was, I don't know if somebody asked, could he be on? I don't know if he called and asked. I don't know how he was the chosen.
I don't know.
Guest,
it doesn't make any sense.
But
I
it's
would
not
never know.
adding up. It's not.
It didn't make no sense. It really, and you know what the crazy part is all the Big Brother players were out, so like it didn't add to, you know, you didn't have people to be in the green screen like, oh, Dr. Will, who they should have called if you were going to do this type of challenge, you should have called the damn guy who did the Fear Factor challenges,
yes,
or something like that. So
Joe
then they could have,
what's his name?
Yeah, Joe Rogan, I don't know, something, but they should have called him. But Dr. Will being there, and it's no, listen, on the royalty, we always keep it real. We're not here to put nobody down. Congratulations for him being back and doing whatever. Cool. But that made no sense. And you cannot tell me that makes sense. I don't care what anybody
I'm just
says.
like, I didn't understand.
No
I didn't
one
understand
it.
And I know that the players didn't understand.
We saw their faces.
They were
like, it made no sense. They were like, who?
Is this Andy's brother? Is this your brother? You his daddy? Who is this? His dad? It's your dad. Who? Who they say? Who they say it was? The villain of I never heard of him.
Never heard of him. And first of all, I'm gonna tell you this now. Unless, okay, I need Dr. Will to either go do House of Villains or something, because I don't see Dr. Will as the villain of all villains. I don't see him in that way. And I don't know why they gave him that type, like, whatever. It just didn't make any sense.
If he was coming back, if Big Brother had a villain and hero season, and they were bringing villain of all villains to host, then it makes sense. You bring in Dr. Will.
Got it. Okay.
But on Traitors, he's irrelevant.
Yeah, it was very irrelevant. I don't know what they were doing there. But you know what?
They
Maybe
don't
somebody
even know him.
No one knew him besides Sandra. And Sandra barely knew him because she was just like, I know who you are. But her reaction wasn't like, oh my God, Dr. Will. Whatever. Anyway, okay, ran over.
They more so was excited about the dogs.
The dog was pretty. I was looking at the dog the whole time. Now, like I say, either Dr. Will's going to be on season 3 or put him on House of Villains. I don't know. But
I don't even think that that's the thing I don't even think he'll play a game.
I know. I'm just tired of, listen, there's so many other players we could pick from. I'm sorry. And I'm going to say that until I fucking die one day. There is so many other Big Brother players that are very entertaining that we could pick from, just in general. And I'm talking about
if
past
they were going
players.
if they were going to bring somebody who's like the it of all it's, bring back your last season's winner. Like, bring Sari back, the ultimate traitor.
Yeah, they should have brought Sari back because she played the game.
Last season.
Yeah, she won.
Yeah, so if you want to bring back the ultimate, then bring back somebody who's affiliated with the show. And excuse me, because don't attack me when I said he's irrelevant. I meant to the actual show itself. No one, I don't know anything that Dr. Will has ever been tied to with the Traitors. So I don't know how his affiliation with his past experience, what it has to do with the Traitors. I don't mean he's irrelevant as a person, as a player, as a legend, as in his resume, his reputation. I mean, in the subject of the Traitors, I don't understand the relevancy, and I know the players didn't either. But anyhow.
Yes.
Right.
So they get to this cabinet. This cabinet is very suspicious. Dr. Will's there. He's letting them know they're going to go inside. You know, it looks like it's a really setup. Now, some people like Kate is like, Kate knows what the hell is already going to happen in this cabinet. So people are like, I don't really want to go in. I don't want to deal with this. So they open the door. It looks very clean. It's a very nice, like, table. It looked like a picnic table, whatever set up and dinner. And then they all go inside. And then Dr. Will, you know, shuts the door and locks them in and then lets them know, let's see if you can escape. Once again, still trying to figure out if does Dr. Will have an escape room? Is he known for bugs and critters? I don't understand still.
Why
it still
are you
blows
talking to us?
Right? Like, who is this man at the door?
It's me.
Who is this man?
That's me. What? Anyway.
Who?
Is he from the crew? Is he the crew?
Yes. Is he the crew? Who is he?
What is he doing?
Is he cast the director?
Okay.
Who is
This
he? What
production?
is he in charge of this place? Like, are these all his animals?
Alan,
Is
come
he in
get your
charge
daddy.
of them? Right. Okay, so they end up having to, they find out they're locked in this cabinet, and what happens next, Tiff?
They go in there. They've got to find some clues. They're like, oh, it's an escape room. So somebody clears the table off. I don't know who it was. Who cleared the table off like that? Was it
I
somebody?
actually forgot. I
was doing my hair. I was listening, but somebody clears the table off. They find the instructions, the map, the blueprint to how to get out of this cabin. There's a light switch. Somebody's got to be in charge of the light switch. When the light goes off in the cabin, they end up finding that there's a tunnel that they have to go through to get the gold. They've got to get all of this gold. They got to go through the tunnel to get it. There's only one access for lights. It's either in the cabin or in the tunnel. But what they end up finding out is when the lights go out in the cabin, something creepy happens. And when the light goes out in the tunnel, it's just all bad, period.
Yeah. And Alan is there to dunk the whatever creatures onto the players as these things are happening. But it looks like in the cabinet, it is Kevin, it is Phaedra, it is Sheree, it is Kate, and it is MJ. Okay, and in the tunnels is everybody else. So John, Trishelle, Poverty, CT, who else we're missing? Peter. So yeah, they're all in the tunnels trying to find the gold, and trying to figure out everything. Okay, so of course Kevin has to keep the lights out, but let me tell you something, because we all know what happened. Because this is just good.
Kate was on the lights. Kate was on the lights. Kate said, oh, hell no, it's a trap door up there. But here go Kate. She don't even say, oh, hell no, it's a trap door up there. It's a trap door, y'all. She say, oh, hell no, it's a trap door up there. Somebody else got to do these lights.
Yes.
Kate keeps all secrets, okay?
Kate keeps all secrets.
She not help. She not putting you on to nothing.
Nothing, okay?
I sell you off for $10.
So Kevin volunteers to go, and he does it. And as he's doing it, here comes Dr. Will and this detective cape. I swear he had a cape. And he takes this bucket of maggots and he dunks it. He dunks it on Kevin. And let me tell you something. Everybody else in that cabinet is having a full-blown panic attack. Okay.
Soon as something fell on MJ.
She was.
What's the word? Hater. No, that ain't it. Haggis. MJ said, baby, not on me. I don't do bugs, scrubs, flies, creepy crawlers, rats, mice, roaches, none of it. I gotta go.
She was not playing.
Deduct my $1,000 right now.
Now, yeah, she was not playing. She's like, we don't do this. No. So then, he turns the light on, but as he's turning the light on, he's turning the light off on everybody else. So now Trishelle and CT and all of them are yelling at him because they're like, hey, we need these lights on. Now they're in the tunnel and they're dealing with the same thing, probably even worse.
The tunnel was worse. The
tunnel was worse because it looked like it's bit. Like it looked like they didn't have to bring no creeper crawlers in. There was already an infestation of creepy crawlers.
I was watching this episode right here, and I was saying, yeah, I might not be fit. I might not make it because I don't know where I would have chosen to go, in the tunnel or stay in the cabin. Because in the tunnel, I might have freaked out. I might would have kicked somebody's tooth out. I might have ended up like completely losing it. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you where I would end up at. Poverty. Oh, it's maggots on me. Them survivor people.
Those survivor people are built different.
Them survivor people don't give a damn. They been through so much. I said something about a bug. Shout out to Chanel from Survivor 42. She goes, it was 42. Yeah, 42. She goes,
yes.
We don't even worry about bugs.
41.
41 was Shan.
I was? Okay, yeah, it was 42. I guess, yeah.
She said, we don't even worry about bugs. Bugs don't scare me no more after Survivor.
I'm telling you, they're built different. Let me tell you something. One thing Survivor players are going to be great for, anything that has to be gross, they are going to be built for it.
And
Big
did
Brother
you
players,
say she won Fear Factor?
I think so. I think.
I didn't know that.
But also, keep in mind, the Big Brother players are always going to be ready for something mental. Something if we got to sit in a room and stare at walls for 4 hours, everybody else is fucked. We can sit there for hours. We'll sit there and deal with the mental shit because we've been stuck in the house for that
Big
long.
Brother players bougie. We'd be like, where's the bathroom? Where's the HOH room? Is there deodorant in the storage? We need more seasoning salt. Can we get some pet milk?
But we will be ready mentally, though. I will tell you that we might not do no disgusting stuff and bugs and stuff like that, because you saw what happened when we had an ant problem. But other than that, like, you know, I agree. So they have to find a goal while they're in these tunnels, and each time, like, there's crazy stuff in these tunnels. Like, there was like naked mole rats and shit like that in there.
I'm sorry. There were what?
Naked mole rats, isn't that what they're called?
Naked?
That's what I think they're called. They're called naked mole rats.
Aren't all rodents naked? What is that?
I don't know. Maybe I could.
The other one's got clothes. T-shirts on.
Maybe I got that from a TV show. Maybe I got that from a TV show, but I don't know. But they're naked mole rats, okay? All right. And they have to sit there and, you know, dig through all this stuff, and while the lights are going on and off, okay? But in that cabinet, baby, if I need this show to get the best TV competition show ever. I have never, when they started spraying that shit after MJ went, I don't know what they were spraying. That's the crazy part. And Phaedra said,
Magic.
She said, that Phaedra was having a stroke.
Haggis! She had to go.
She had to go. Now it's down to Kevin, Kate, and Sheree. I'm so sorry. Because Sheree.
I'm Sheree. I'm Sheree. Get up off of me and get me up out of here. This ain't, I don't even care. Forget that $1,000. That $1,000 ain't worth it. I'm not about to be up in here. Maggots crawling all in my ear, in my hair, on my weave, in my wig, in my shoe, on my boot, in my bra, in my panties, in my sock, on my ass.
But Sheree was screaming. Sheree was trying to push through, but she was having a full panic attack. I almost choked on my food from laughing so hard at Sheree.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my God. It was killing me.
Sheree somewhere going, this was not in my contract.
I don't think any of them knew this was in their contract, and that's probably why I wouldn't be surprised next season we don't see a lot of housewives next season because of this shit. They're like, no, absolutely not, okay? But while this is all going on, Trishelle and CT, they're finding stuff. Trishelle, you know, there's a moment where they find out where the shield is. CT tells her, hey, it's the shield, you know, do you want it? He's trying to basically tell Trishelle, I want to earn your trust back. Like, if you feel like you need it, I'm here for you. And Trishelle was very happy for that, and she did get the shield. Other than that, it was just Maggie's disgusting. Kevin ends up being by him. Total chaos, because all the women left Kevin.
Everybody left Kevin. Kevin's by himself.
By himself.
Keep flicking the light off and on and getting sprayed with roaches, cockroaches, maggots.
Yeah. And those bugs, let me tell you something. There's no way you could tell me that cabinet that they have, that they capture all those creatures. Those creatures are going to be living there until next season, and it's going to be even more. I already know it. I know it. There's no way. They were everywhere. You had to throw a bomb in there and kill everything.
Throw a bomb in there and kill everything then.
I don't know. I don't think so. Because next season, I bet you they'll still be there building their families ready for next season. Okay. And this was last year. So can you imagine when it's time for players to go in this year? Get ready, okay? Now, they end up getting some money, of course. They end up getting, I think, 15K. But with the 4 women leaving and minus, so it end up being 11K. Okay. We get back to the castle. Poverty. In this moment, she's like, I still don't trust Peter with everything. So she's like, I have to go talk to the one person who I know it would tell me, how things are going to go down. And she goes, I'm going to go talk to John. Now, what did I say about John in the beginning of the season? And still standing strong. Icon, legend, that nigga, straight up. Okay. All right. So she's talking to John, and she's like, I just when I feel like myself is backed against the wall, I just don't know what to do, and the way I react, and it's so hard.
I get icy, and I mask my emotions, and I know this caused some suspicion on me, and I aligned myself with the wrong person.
And this is John.
I trusted Dan, and he, and I'm sorry that. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional about this, but
no tears, just water and eyes, no tear drop.
I shut down when I feel like my back is against the wall, and I just wanted to come and talk to you,
And John's like, and this is John. Let me tell you something. This is strength, and it shows how good you are, and it shows you should be proud of yourself.
You are a faithful player.
You are a faithful player. To show that vulnerability in you, you are a faithful player. Probably let me tell you something. You talk about acting.
Baby.
I never see somebody who can make their eyes so watery, but didn't shed a tear. So she was almost there.
Voice.
In the shaky voice. Yeah. Let me tell you something. These players really are pulling out the stops, okay? Mm-hmm. So then Peter, after all this conversation, what happens next, Tiff? Do we get to the round table? Because I think we get to the round table.
Not quite.
Oh, yes.
Everyone is in maybe the library or something, having Trichelle's holding court. And while they're gathering in the library, Phaedra's at the dinner table sampling a little food here, and oh, that's good. And she is, honestly, she's just living life. It's beautiful here. The food is good. This is a beautiful setting. She ain't worried about getting murdered. She ain't worried about getting banished. She don't seem like she has any worries. And Trishelle is holding court with the entire group, telling them how tonight she will be voting for Phaedra. You will hear her evidence tonight at the round table. She has a whole laundry list of evidence as to why Phaedra is more than likely a traitor.
And Phaedra's over here. Yes, Phaedra's over here. Where everybody at? Where's everybody at? Oh, Lord, where's everybody at? So then she finds everybody. Then they're all talking about her. She walks in and it's very quiet. No one talks. It was very awkward. And Phaedra cuts to her green screen like, today feels a little weird than normal, but I know I'm not the target, which it's
when
like
things feel weird, babe, pay attention.
Seriously, yes. But, we cut to the round table, okay? And, they start at the round table. Who starts first, Tiff?
Well, Parvati starts first. She goes into, with knowing that my name has been out there, I tend to become a brick wall when I'm under attack. And that is what has been happening to me these last few days or weeks, however long I've been acting like this. I admit that I made friends with Dan, who was a traitor, and that brought a lot of unwarranted attention on me, and it makes me clam up like a shell. And Shell says, that's nice, but it's my turn. So anyway, I'd like to discuss this compilation of notes that I have about you, Phaedra. Me? What do you have on me? Well, I have a long list, and I'll start with the least, the most least suspicious thing that has surrounded you. But you're never worried or bothered at breakfast, and you're right, because I'm not frantic like you.
I wish they would stop trying to come for Phaedra. I don't know why they don't get it. I'm not coming for Phaedra.
I'm not frantic like you. Damn. Honestly, I swear to God, I play any show ever again, and you bitches gon' get it. Never again will I hold my tongue.
Never hold your tongue.
I'm gonna have to find a real clever way of saying things too, cause I don't really be so nice. But I promise, I ain't holding back shit. And I'm gonna promise you this too. I ain't gotta play no game to do it. I'm doing it in the real life.
I agree. This is the time. That's why, hey, welcome to the royalty. You go get it here. Hey, you go get it all the time. I get it. It's 2024. We ain't got time to hold our tongues anymore. But yes, then Phaedra kind of fires back at her. And then, go ahead.
Well, then Trishelle, she says Phaedra wants her to move along with this list that you have and get to the more suspicious. Go to the top of your list then. And Trishelle says, well, Dan's accusation that you were a traitor is a compelling argument. And Phaedra says, well, I think that he was protecting the traitor. And then Kate jumps in. And Kate's like, last season, we did some things differently. And once we found a traitor, then we voted for the person who the most recent traitor had voted for. And, probably wouldn't be a bad idea. We probably would have done better in that game. And then Kevin, honey, I noticed that your eye be twitching. I noticed it too. And that's Trishelle. And you a damn lie, my eye don't be twitching. That's Phaedra. She didn't say it like that. Nobody said it like that, but that was my spin on it, I mean, did you have a twitch growing up? And nobody has ever said anything like that about me. My eye don't twitch. I ain't never heard nothing about my eye be twitching. Well, John jumps in there. What did he say?
And listen, I don't have it word from word, but what I do know. Mm-hmm. Oh, please do. Yes, please.
I'll tell you what he said, and then you can tell me what he meant, okay? And yes. So John jumps in and he says, poverty could be a duchess of deception and a mistress of murder. And Parvati did not understand. Baby, we talked earlier. I cried. No tears to you.
Yeah, she confused. He eating her up. He eating her up like a true politician, white man in a different country who's sipping his tea in London, letting you know a mistress of deception.
Mistress of murder.
Murder.
A duchess of deception.
Damn, a duchess of deception.
And a mistress of murder.
That's crazy.
And he said, he heard what she said in relation to Dan. But Parvati, essentially, you were his accomplice. You were worried about banishment, but never are you worried about the death of a murder, which only a traitor would not be worried about being murdered. But you're never worried about being murdered. Even when we were at the pit and people chose to beg for their life, for safety, you didn't plead for your gang. You didn't plead for safety because you knew that you didn't need safety. And I found that suspicious. And I still think you're a traitor. Traitor.
He basically said, I got you, bitch, and I'm clocking you, and I don't want anything you selling, girl. So, to the lose, you're a traitor. I'm still voting for you to be a fucking traitor. And that's why John's my nigga, because that nigga already fucking know. He ride, man. He ride or die. Okay? That's who I want to play with. That's my ride or die right there. Okay? He been on it. He don't play. Now, Poverty gives her a little speech. Okay? She tries again. Here comes Peter the Bachelor. And Peter the Bachelor is going a little bit about poverty, and then he turns and he goes, I also want to call out, Phaedra. So then Phaedra once again is like,
okay. You didn't turn your attention
right.
to me.
Right.
Did I ask for your attention?
Now, Phaedra does clap back a little bit, but wait. Did y'all forget about Miss Kate over here? And Kate was not even about this plan when y'all talked about it. And Kate sat there and called Peter out. And what did she say, Tiff?
Well, there was a lot of conversation in between that, but Kate wants to know from Peter.
Why did you come up with these? How did you go from poverty to Kate? Yeah, why are you switching? Yes, you were so gun ho. You were on this train.
Like,
you were on this.
Now you're working with Parvati, so it's Phaedra.
Yep. Now, Phaedra also calls out, which helps Kate also with this argument. She calls out that, Peter, just like you and Poverty, we were going to come up with an alliance together, and I had to walk out the room.
I left that meeting. I didn't want anything to do with that.
Damn, that worked out. I'm going to tell you that now. That worked out. You don't want to be in the room with something, and you want to walk out?
I can't be accomplice. I'm not going to be an accomplice.
But I'm going to take note who was in that room in case I need it.
Yeah. Yeah, and he goes, well, I was 100% on to Parvati. I was 100% that it was Parvati. And when that conversation happened, I was just joking around with her. And, I told her I was just joking. And CT, he doesn't know what to think.
He don't know what to think. He's confused. This is the first time CT's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm so confused. He's over here like,
could be Phaedra.
I mean, I'm not here for love, but
you want money.
Yeah,
he got that guitar playing in his throat. I don't know. It's like he got 10 voices coming out his throat at one time.
Mm-hmm. Now, John's speech also helped Sandra make her decision on what she was going to do. And then once again, I want to cut back to what I said earlier. If you know somebody, I'm surprised Sandra was not leading the train to get Poverty out. Like, it kind of blew my mind.
Well, because to do that, you make an enemy, and she's already your enemy. And it's like someone who knows all your secrets. You don't really want to fall out with them because of the laundry that can be aired. So she had to wage the right time to go to war with Parvati. And really it was no perfect time than that because she knew that she was already on the chopping block. And I think that she went about it right. Why do I need to turn anyone against you when they're already turned against you? I'm going to let somebody else do that for me.
That is true.
My hands clean.
Yeah, that's a smart play. Now we get to the votes.
Mm-hmm. All right. MJ votes Parvati. Phaedra and Phaedra knows at this point, she knows that it's between her and Parvati. And I think she came into the round table thinking it was all on Parvati. I don't think she had a care in the world or a thought in the world that it was going to be her. But it's between her and Parvati. Phaedra votes Parvati. Sandra votes Parvati. She says John had a valid point. And I think that was really just to smooth it over with Parvati on the way out. I think she felt that she was going to vote Parvati anyway, but just so Parvati doesn't feel like you came after me, you voted against me. She wanted to give her a reason why. Peter votes Phaedra. John votes Parvati. Parvati votes Phaedra because she knows it's between her and Phaedra. Kevin votes Phaedra. That's interesting, though, that Kevin voted Phaedra because...
And it's so funny because when he voted for Phaedra, didn't Phaedra also say something about her eyes twitching?
Yeah, my eyes.
Twitching. She be clocking them, yo.
Yeah, Trishelle voted Phaedra. As she said, she told them before round table, if we go to round table, I'm voting for Phaedra. Sheree is never going to vote for Phaedra. Sheree voted for Parvati. CT voted for Parvati because I can't vote for somebody who light my torch. Lit my torch.
Lit his torch. Look, and you know what? Those are moments where you sit there and go, luckily Phaedra did what she did. Because look, it persuaded him to vote for the other person.
I think she's very intentional with her moves.
Oh, of course. Of course. And then
Kate voted Parvati.
And Parvati stands up there. She gives a wonderful... they said it was a wonderful speech. I liked it.
I think that I can see how this show weighs heavily on one's conscience. And for someone who has, like she said, for the past few years, been doing like self-therapy to heal or become a more true person, a more true representation of themselves, to be fair, to play, and just to be authentic, and to have to come in here and be recruited as a traitor. And I think that she's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a struggle for her. And it's kind of like she did all that hard work, but hopefully her mental health is still healthy and she can still maintain the work that she's done. But she admits,
and it's hard. It's hard, and it's very. I don't think people understand when you are in these type of games and you have to lie for so long or put on a persona, and you're lying to people that you love or care about, and you're doing it for such a long time. It's hard. I mean, we know what it's like because we had to get rid of all these other people outside the cookout that we cared about, and whatnot. And it wasn't easy each time. We were breaking down, every time somebody had to go home. Yeah. So, it is, I commend her. I think she did absolutely fabulous. Yeah. She was a great runner-up. I'm just glad my Phaedra did not get sent home. And her speech was wonderful. And the one thing I do remember is Trishelle saying, "Oh, I gotta rip up this notebook," because Michelle, I think she was shocked to know
Phaedra Parvati actually was a traitor. Yeah.
Yes, and then she's sitting over here writing notes on damn Phaedra. Okay, so now she feels stupid. Now, but she's not wrong. But this kind of works out in favor Phaedra's. Possibly we'll see, because the way Phaedra reacted was spot on, because that's how I would have reacted. I'd have been like, I can't believe you guys tried to vote me out. Like, I would have been just like that. I would have been like, why would you do that? Why would you think that? Look what happened. I would have been all up their asses. Now, what happens lastly, Miss Tiffany?
Well,
Monique Mitchell.
Oh, the government. Well, Phaedra arrives in the turret by herself. You can tell she's nervous, is wondering what's going to happen now. She's not had to play as a traitor in the lead. She's been able to sit back and let the other traitors do the dirty work. And so now she's like, I'm by myself, and she can probably assume correctly that she's going to have to recruit someone. And Alan shows up and he lets her know, tonight's the night, baby. You're going to have to recruit someone or kill him.
And the good part about this is not like a normal, you send a letter and get a recruit. It is like this person, whoever you pick, has to choose in front of you what they want to do, either work with you or get killed in front of you.
Do or die.
Do or die. And Phaedra just makes a great decision, I feel like. And she decides to pick Kate. Because I was either thinking in my head, either Kate or once again, Peter. I
thought Peter too.
Me too. I'm thinking that's the only way you could really make it in this game. But she picks Kate.
If you choose Peter, he either has to come or you kill him.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I'm saying? He's out. And that way you don't have to worry about him anymore. But he's got suspicion on him now because he flopped.
Yes.
He flip-flopped.
Oh, yes, because MJ and Kevin doesn't...
Flopping ass bitch.
Yes, Kevin doesn't feel like he could trust Peter anymore and tells MJ that. And MJ, even though she still gets on my nerves, MJ is good at collecting bones and carrying them to where they need to be. And she is always...
Well, I'm going to tell you something. This is just a phrase. This is not directed at anyone specifically. But I was raised that a dog that brings a bone carries a bone. So if a dog come and bring a bone to you, that means he can pick a bone up and carry it away too. So if you bringing me information, I'm going to be quite careful because you might be taking information too. So... yeah, you're right. She does. She knows how to bring those bones and take them where they need to go.
But Phaedra just picked Kate.
She does pick Kate.
And Kate is told to go to the dungeon. And Kate is just such I love her. Such an icon. You bringing me wine? What am I doing here? I hate it down here. It looked dark. Like she is really, it really did look scary down there.
It's musty. It's musty.
Yeah,
it's
musty.
Dark. It's dank. It's stank.
And let me tell you
ugly.
something.
It's ragged. It's cold.
I want to give a shout out to Kate, Trishelle, and Phaedra because they were eating it up with the hats this episode. And their outfits were really, really cute. I usually don't give Trishelle her flowers, but I guess she looked really, really cute this episode. I can't lie. So I will give her that.
I do think that Kate's defense of Phaedra helped Phaedra choose her as a traitor because she feels like they can work together.
But Kate also wanted to be a traitor this season. Of
course, Kate.
So this is perfect timing.
That doesn't mean that production whispered to Phaedra and told her to pick Kate. Who said that?
Stop it. I really think that Phaedra made that decision on her own. But I will say this. What do you think Kate is going to do? Just to kind of wrap up things. What do you think Kate's going to do?
As far as accepting this invitation?
Yes.
She's accepting it 100%.
Oh, okay. All right. I think the same thing. I think Kate's going to take this.
You came to play the game. She's going to play the game.
Yeah, she's here to play the game. I'm excited. We are coming down to a couple more episodes left of this show. I'm going to be so sad when it's over. But my final thoughts are, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of happy that Dan and Property kind of got banished. And I'm actually okay if Phaedra makes it to the end. Maybe her and Kate make it together and take the money. I'm okay with it, actually. Because Phaedra has been everything I needed on a competition show that I haven't had for a very long time. So I'm okay with it. Tip, what's your final thoughts on this episode?
It was a great episode. They left me in suspense a lot of times where I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know who was going to go. I didn't know if it was going to be Phaedra or Parvati. I am a little concerned about the suspicion that has been placed around Phaedra moving forward. I don't know if if they'll just forget that they voted for her. I don't know if people will continue to look at her more since they are already looking at her, or if people will feel like, well, if we were right about Parvati, maybe it was one or the other. But the only problem is there has not been suspicion around anyone else except maybe now Peter. They're trying to plant this suspicion around Peter, but I don't know that. I'm not even going to say that I don't know that that won't work. I think it possibly can work. Anytime you cast doubt on someone, you can paint more suspicion around them. You have to have friends that trust you, and nobody knows who each other is in this game. They don't know who's really they don't know. So I'm concerned about Phaedra's longevity. If she can do something to convince them, and she can paint some suspicion on someone else. The problem is the traitors aren't really good at doing that. They're so busy playing defense that they're not playing offense. And there is no suspicion on MJ, on John, on Sheree. There's no suspicion on Sandra. Someone now they're playing a reactive game. All the people are looking at the traitors essentially. And so what they should have been doing is planting seeds of doubt around other people so that you don't have so many seeds of doubt planted around you. And now you, at the end of the game, have to try to get people to look in a different direction. They're all looking at you. I don't know.
No,
not confident in it.
That. No, I agree with that. I definitely think, I don't know what they're going to do. Who does she get rid of next? If I was in their shoes, but it's going to be a very interesting episode. I mean, I can't wait. I love that they're still keeping us on our toes. And
well, they could have showed us what Kay said. Stop with the cliffhangers, okay?
Yeah, can we stop with the cliffhangers? And on top of that, I will tell you guys, just so you guys know, I know you guys been in the comments. I did take the time to watch, just so you know, Tiff, in case you haven't, I watched Traitors UK. It was actually really good.
Okay.
And I'm actually watching Traitors Australia. So I'm like a big Traitors fan all of a sudden.
So you finished UK?
I finished UK.
So wait a minute, hold on. When did you start watching Traitors UK? No, I have a question. Stay on path.
I'm really good. I don't play
watching?
games.
When did you start watching?
I probably started it. What's today? Did I watch it at all over the weekend? I probably started like last Friday or Saturday.
You know why I'm asking? You know why I'm asking?
Why?
Because every night you gonna call me when you get into bed. Every night. I'm gonna call you when I get into bed. I'm gonna call you when I get into bed. You ain't called me from the bed yet. So I knew you was doing something. So you should have just told me I'm over here watching Traitors.
No,
because usually my FaceTime be blowing up. My FaceTime blow up every day. All god dang on day. I be driving. It's Big D. I'm working. It's Big D. I ain't synced you. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So that's all I wanted to know. I'm glad that you watched Traitors UK. I ain't glad that you did it on my time. I'm not glad I had to sit off on the side and wonder what you was doing. I thought you was off dangalanging, but that's okay. You was off trading.
No.
But I'm glad to know that.
No, on some real stuff. I'm sorry, but usually I watch it on my free time.
Okay.
But at nighttime, I just been talking to nothing against you. Like I've talked to other people on the phone, but of course I love you. It was nothing, but I am going to call you like I always do at night when I get in bed. But we've obviously talked at this time tonight, so I don't think I'm going to call you because you have things to do and I have things to do tomorrow. But in this moment, I have to say that I am not a traitor and I am faithful.
Your ass ain't been faithful. You traded me in for something.
No, never. Well, I just want to tell everybody, shout out to the live chatters. You know,
yes, shout out to the Royal Court. How y'all doing out there?
In case you guys don't know, I hope everybody's doing well. Remember to keep up your goals, everything you're doing. Hug one of each other. Yes, write down your plans. Really sit there and focus on your goals, guys. Like, this is your time. Of course, we always like to give love to the people that have gave us the platform that we have now. So this is the time, as I heard, to be doing casting tapes for Big Brother 26. So don't forget to do your casting tape for Big Brother 26. I will keep my thoughts to myself on that. And go ahead, Tiffany.
I want to piggyback off of what you said. Definitely take a chance on yourself. So many of you have DM'd me before and said, I want to apply. Apply. You don't have to have a high-tech video. It doesn't have to be choreographed. It doesn't have to be anything except for your story. What you need to do, you need to pick your phone up, look into it, and say, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. This is why you need me. This is why you need me. I've been making money. You need to get on there and say what it is. Talk about you. Say it. All of that stuff that be in your head during the day. When somebody break up with you and they don't want you no more and they done did you wrong and you be like, you got me fucked up. I'm a bad bitch. I know who I am. I know my worth. I done been through worse. I done been through better. I done had this. Get on your phone and say that and send that. And if you're not that person, say whoever you are. I'm scared of everything. I ain't never been let out of my mama house. I've been with my family my entire life. I've never been away from home. I'm scared to be gone for a Friday and a Saturday night. But I think I want to play Big Brother. I don't know how to do. I'm introverted. I'm antisocial. And I'm used to everybody doing something for me. They want you. They want you.
Yeah, and go
because they want to bring you out of your shell. They want to see how you act in a different environment. Whoever you are, don't pretend to be anyone you're not. Be you. Don't go in there. Don't audition talking about, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You ain't going to do nothing. They don't want to know what you're going to do. They want to know who you are first. Once they know who you are, then you can tell them what you're going to do. And that's my hot take.
And that is a great hot take. And guys, just continue doing what you're doing. So listen, guys, we love you all. Remember to take care of yourself, drink plenty of water, and be safe out here. Okay? We love you.
Love you.
Bye.